Welcome back to Court Farm for episode 21 with me, Mr. Searly P. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Court Farm. We've been called back to the home farm. We're going to be heading back to Diddley Squat. Well, Clarkson's farm actually is where we're going to be heading back to. All the bales are off the field. As I said we were going to do. It seems like forever ago we did the last episode on here, and it was. Christmas is done. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Unfortunately, I didn't do a Christmas episode this year. I had planned to. I had planned to live stream as well. And unfortunately, personnel issues for people that were going to be joining me didn't work out. And then I had some family commitments I had to take care of, and then some unexpected things happened, which is life. Unfortunately, it does happen. And a few people messaged me to ask why I hadn't done a Christmas special. I didn't want to go into detail. I talk about most stuff, but some things, unfortunately, I can't and won't. But anyway, I hope you had a wonderful time. If you're working, I know I always usually do that. We need to head back over. I need to grab the Land Rover. But all the bales are off the fields. They're all here. So Court Farm have got all their bales off. We've got most of ours off. We need to go back and grab the Land Rover, and we need to head off. I usually do my my chat and thank everybody for the year, and that still stands. It still holds true. Thank you for following me, supporting me, watching my content over the past year. It's awesome. Thank you. If you are a person who worked over Christmas, if you are in one of the emergency services, if you are serving your country, wherever that may be, overseas or whatever you're doing, thank you for your service. Thank you for giving up your time. I know I added into that over the last few years as well. People that work in service industries, the amount of people now that are working at Christmas. I know my kids are the same. They were very lucky. This year was the first year all of my kids, we were all together for Christmas Day. That hasn't happened in, I can't remember however many years now. So that was amazing. That was really cool. But two of mine had to work Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Spent Christmas Day with us, then we're both back into work on Boxing Day, which is it's not unusual for people these days. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. That's kind of become a far more common thing. And if you did have to work over Christmas or are working over Christmas, I know I'm sort of, let's say, back in the office, but a lot of countries don't do Boxing Day. Obviously in the UK we do Christmas Day and Boxing Day. So yeah, I intended to do videos. I was going to do a live stream on Christmas Eve, and unfortunately it just didn't happen. There was a load of stuff that had to be sorted out, and it just didn't work out. So apologies for that. So I was only ever intending to take Christmas Day and Boxing Day off. But back in the office today. Three of mine now are all back into work again today, which a lot of people are. It's not how it used to be. I've just realised something. These were updated, and that's not how mine was. It was silver. That's interesting. That'll need to have a little bit of tweaking done, I think. Which I'm not sure why I turned that off. Need to park that. Yeah, I suppose like everybody, overindulged ever so slightly on Christmas Day and was suffering for it a little bit on Boxing Day. But this is the first year in a long time as well. We weren't at my brother's for Christmas, which we've done the last few years, and we've gone on Christmas Eve, and then we've had Christmas Day, and then the Boxing Day barbecue. We didn't do the Boxing Day barbecue this year. That had become quite a tradition, and we didn't do it, which was a strange one as well, because it really just all boiled down to Christmas Day, which the last few years it's been a longer celebration, I think. And then yesterday was just recovering, I think. We all needed to recover ever so slightly. So yeah, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whether you're working, not working, whether you have been working, thank you. Thank you. I know views over Christmas aren't normally great because people are doing other things, and Giants being on their break means there's no mods to review and that kind of thing. I said this ages ago, it's become a yearly thing now, which is quite scary. I played a tiny little bit for myself on my own. My yearly SnowRunner fix when Giants are out of office and there's no mods to do. I'll do my Let's Plays and then I'll play something else. because it's amazing how much time map tours and mod reviews take up. They take up hours and hours and hours and hours of all the prep and then the recording, then the editing. When they aren't there, you suddenly think, wow, okay, I've suddenly got this time, you know, which I don't normally have, to then play some other stuff. So I might have my usual SnowRunner fix, because I haven't played on the new phase of that at all. So I might do that. And also, it was recommended, was it Niall that recommended? Because I was playing Starfield. Recommended No Man's Sky, which is now, well, it's on PS5. I don't know how long it's been on PS5 for. And I got a voucher over Christmas, a PlayStation Store voucher sounds very old-fashioned, doesn't it? Codes redeemable. So I think I might get that. I might give that a go. Starfield I'm having a lot of problems with on my PC. Since it had its last update, it's running really, really glitchy on my PC. I'm struggling to go in and out of menus, and it seems to be freezing up a lot, which it didn't do before, which was quite frustrating. So yeah, let's head over to Clarkson, see what we need to be doing, because KCC, we've had the call, could I come and lend a hand? So that's what we're going to do. If I don't cross the road. We made pretty good time, couple of hours. Actually, if I turn into the vehicle shop, we've got 2 ploughing contracts. I've been on the phone with Kaleb. We've got 2 ploughing contracts, and Clarkson's got a cultivating contract that he's doing. He also wants me, this is Clarkson, not Kaleb, I suppose it's both of them, isn't it? Would like me to take the malt from the maltings over to Hawkstone. So we've got a few bits and bobs we're going to be getting on with. I didn't know how dark it was going to be, so I think we might actually be able to crack on with some ploughing now, and then maybe into tomorrow do some more. I did say we might bounce backwards and forwards between the two, because it works out really well. When I did the crossover episode before, people seemed to like it, and I like the idea behind it myself. Well, I said we left, what was it, 1:30? Yeah, just gone 3:30, couple of hours. It's not too bad. I need to double check, actually. That's a very good point. Where are we going to do this? Oh, we've got fertilising jobs as well. Should I accept one of those? I'm not sure whether or not... Oh, I should have bought our fertilising gear with us. I'm not sure if he's got any. He must have here. Okay. Well, maybe we could pick up some Clarkson's gear. So we've got ploughing on 15 and 32, which are... Where are we? We're up here. 15's over there. So I think if we go down the main road, take the fork out towards Diddley Squat, there's that turn in there. There's a big old country house here. I'm assuming. It looks like there's a track there, a track in from that way. So we'll go that way first. Good. So, all the way out. Yeah, so as I'm saying, I don't know how people feel about it. I know when I've done it before, you know, I'm so far behind on SnowRunner. I mean, SnowRunner for me now is just I go on and play for fun. I go on and enjoy it. When I was making my SnowRunner videos when it first came out, and it's like anything in addition to Farming Simulator that I do, I always say, look, I don't know how many videos there'll be. There might not be many at all. There may be a few, because my priority, what I enjoy most and what I do most, what my channel is known for, is Farming Simulator stuff. So if I'm playing other things, if something gets dropped on Farming Simulator with regard to mods, maps, you know, whatever it might be, or I'm just trying to keep up with my Let's Plays, which when there's mods and maps, and especially when like leading up to Christmas, we had like lots of mods being dropped, and a few days we had a couple of maps, then it would be a couple of days, then a couple of maps, and it takes time. So then the Let's Plays kind of drop off a little bit, and it's trying to find a balance between all of it. So let's unfold that. This is the field, isn't it? Field 15, yeah. Stop ploughing up someone's field. Whoops. Sorry. Let's get that on so I can see where I'm going. Let's come over a bit further. There we go. Whoa! That's a lot of big stones. Big old clumps of them. Look at that. I always thought it was just kind of set. It was a standard, you know. Obviously, some areas are more stony than others. This is a rather large field. I have to say, it's interesting as well, I find, when you're doing things like this. how different areas pay very differently for similar contracts. So for the size of field and the size of equipment you're using, some areas you farm pay very, very well. Some areas you farm pay alright. This is a fair sized field for the amount of money. But then again, it's how do you look at it? That microcosm of, you know, because we're playing in a microcosm, because we're playing in a, you know, a scaled down version, the economy is different. We know that in game, of course we do. If you were to go out into a field, if somebody said to you, look, can you plough this field for me, and it could take you 3 whole days, I'll pay you 15 grand. Who's not going to turn down 15 grand for 3 days work? You know, it's that kind of thing. What we'll do, let's try and do it properly. I'm not going to put you through me doing all of it. Flip the plough. And then we'll do the headlands when we finish. Make sure I get my wheels over. So as far as I'm aware, when I come over and do stuff here for both of them, for Clarkson and Kaleb, I'm assuming I'm still, because I'm still employed by KCC, I'm assuming it's just Kaleb that pays me. I have been getting a little bit of pay here and there because I work predominantly on either at Court Farms, I'm on Court Farms payroll, or KCC. Here it'll be Court Farm or Clarkson's. As long as I've got enough money to cover my payments, because I took out a loan, didn't I, for the Massey originally, because I didn't have enough money to buy the tractor, but I really wanted the Massey. So I've got the loan on that, which at some point, you never know, I might get a bonus. If I got a bonus, I could pay it off completely. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And it's always, oh, there you go, there's Clarkson's right over there in the distance. There's this lovely house here with grounds. Is that little, it looks like a little quarry to our left. Yeah, I mean, these are some... That's some bad mamma jammers right there. Referred to as BAS. Some big something stones. I'm gonna lift that. I'm gonna take that. I can't leave that bit. I just can't. So, what did everyone get for Christmas? Did you get what you wanted? Did Santa bring you everything you wanted? Everything you could have dreamed for? This is the first year I didn't get, because of what I do for a living, I didn't get anything farming related, really, which was a surprise. Normally I do, of some description, whether it's mugs or scarves and hats and, you know, people's logos, or just farming related paraphernalia of some description. I didn't this year. And what I did get, which was brilliant, I think I put it up on my social media, from my twin daughters, was a sign for my man cave studio. Because I, you know, if you've watched any of my man cave tour videos, I've got bottles of beer and stuff out here, and every now and again I'll have a beer. But when I'm ketoing, I don't drink really at all. So for a long time I had a lot of beer out here that just nothing, I didn't do anything with it, and it's sort of, you know, not that beer goes off, but, you know, I read a lot of websites and a lot of places that say, oh, it doesn't, you know, sometimes the flavour profile changes. So I tried a few and they were horrible. So a lot of the old beer that was in here I got rid of. But I got a brilliant present from my, I say son-in-law, they're not married yet, but I've spoken a lot about Mr. Dalek JD. And it's I say a beer dispenser. I mean, basically it's a beer tap. And you know you can buy the little poly pin, like metal barrel, metal poly pins of various different beers from all over the place, France and Belgium and German, and you know, all over the place. And he got me a BrewDog Punk IPA barrel that goes in it, and when you plug it in and put the tap and stuff on, it chills it, and then you've got a beer tap you can just pull. So it's brilliant, really, really cool. But what my daughters had got me, it's a picture of Farm Dog, which has been kind of made to look like an oil painting. It's like basically it's a pub sign. And like I say, if you follow my social media, you'll see it on my social media. And it says the Farmer's Hound, and it's a metal sign that hangs on a bracket with a picture of Farm Dog, and it says the Farmer's Hound above it. So that's now outside the Man Cave. So it's now Man Cave Studio Brewery, not brewery, pub. Which I think is brilliant. I love it. It's such a cool present. I got some other, I got all sorts of stuff, but yeah, it was really cool. And this was the first year in a long, well, the first year ever, momentous in that when I was growing up, it was always Christmas at home, and then either Christmas Day in the evening or Boxing Day, we would then go to visit one of our relatives that would be hosting everybody. Then as we got older, obviously I was then Mrs. Silly P, who wasn't Mrs. Silly P at the time, but when she became Mrs. Silly P, it was then Christmas Day at my parents, and then Boxing Day at hers, and the following year be Christmas Day at her parents, and Boxing Day at my parents. That was the way it worked. So, and then we started doing Christmas at my brother's, which was brilliant, as the kids have all got older, which has been fantastic. This was the first year ever we did Christmas at one of my children's houses. So my eldest daughter and her boyfriend, Mr. Dark JD, hosted us for Christmas, and it was fantastic to go. I don't know whether it's a big thing for everybody, but for me it was a real, I don't know, I felt very proud. It's incredibly cool that your families, you're getting to that point where everything changes, doesn't it? When your kids get married, when your kids have kids, none of my children have got children yet, but I suppose everything will then change again when all that happens. But anyway, I've got a lot of ploughing to do. This is going to probably take me into the evening, so what I'll do, I'll get the ploughing done, and I'm probably going to go down and stay at, if we go and look at the map, so we are currently here, I'm going to go down to Kaleb's, which is here. I'll stay there overnight, and then what we'll probably do is we're out in the morning, we'll do a couple of bits for Clarkson. We'll do I don't know, we might deliver the malt first, and then potentially come back and we'll do the cultivating on his farm. That's the plan anyway. I cannot get over the amount of stones now. I don't know why I'm so surprised by it. I suppose I've done a lot of different maps where you get stones come up, and that's when I do my mod reviews, and you've got ploughs and cultivators and various different things, and you show the stones coming up, but that's a lot of stones. It's just gone 7 o'clock, March 2. I've just been enjoying, or have enjoyed, overnight Kaleb Cooper's hospitality. And what we are going to do, when I said, has he got a fertiliser spreader? He has. We've got 2 muck spreaders here, and I haven't done muck spreading in quite a while. And as luck would have it, we've got to go up to Clarkson's farm, because we've got some contracts up there. He's got 2 sowing contracts and a cultivating contract. We've got fertilising contracts, and he's got a load of manure up there. So we're going to go and help with the sowing, and we can have manure for doing our fertilising contract. So what we're going to do is grab one of Kaleb's tractors from here. Probably the John Deere? Yeah, we'll grab the John Deere. Why not? We'll take the muck spreader up, and then we'll do a couple of jobs for Clarkson. We might do the cultivating job. I don't know if we start on the sowing job, I don't know. We might be staying for a few days, so we've got plenty we can be getting on with. I don't necessarily have to deliver the malt straight away. Oh, this has got manure in it. Oh, okay. Actually, what we'll do then, we'll go to one of our fields. We've got fertilising 28, 36, 39. 28, 36 and 39. 28, 36 and 39. Oh, they're all over the gaff, aren't they? 28, 36 and 39. 36 is on the... Where's 28? Oh yeah, 28, 36 and 39. I think we have to go... I'm not sure how we get to that. Let's go and do 26 first, then we'll head up to Clarkson's. Or should I just go to Clarkson? I don't know. Should have gone the other way. Let's get the lights on. Beacons on. We're going to get through this pretty quickly. So what we'll do, we'll use this up first, then we'll go up to Clarkson's because we'll need to refill it. Although we have got the second one here, we can just come back and switch over muck spreaders, but... we're a bit further up the lane. Oh, that's pulling. We're a lot further up the lane. Yeah, we've got a lot of walls and fences here, so when I was saying about cutting across, maybe we can cut across there. Was there a gate towards there? There was, wasn't it? We're in here. Oh, when I said about the farm blocking the entrance to that stately home manor house kind of thing, we turned in here up that track, but their driveway is here. Up to the house, so that doesn't actually affect them at all for coming in and out. Right, open that up. Beacons off, indicator off. So we'll get through this pretty quickly, I would think. And we'll have to go and fill up again anyway. But as soon as we've got some already and Clarkson's farm have got a load, it's that trading thing. I say a trade. I suppose it is technically a trade-off, isn't it? But considering Kaleb works with Jeremy as, I suppose, a consultant, really. This is what I was talking about the other day, about manure and slurry. You can have hundreds of thousands of litres of it, but it gets through it pretty quickly. And there were a couple of productions that came out fairly recently, which gave you the ability to produce solid fertiliser using manure and other things. And the recipes are... Was that on the map tour? I'm trying to think what it was on. It might have been one of the map tours, actually, not a mod review. I was talking about it. And if you can go pound for pound and transform your manure into a solid fertiliser. If I had a fertiliser spreader with 14,000 litres of solid fertiliser, as in the white chemical fertiliser, I could do this field and more, way more, with 14,000 litres of that, as opposed to 14,000 litres of manure or slurry, because it does get through it very, very quickly. But then this is the bread and butter of most farms. Most farms, if they've got access to solid manure, slurry, like the Pembertons and people like that, they'll use this. Oh, I should have closed that bit down. They'll use that rather than pay for expensive chemical fertiliser. You know, Of course you would. You've got it there. It's a byproduct of what you do. You know, you're producing, you're cutting grass, you're making silage, you're feeding the cows, you're getting the byproduct from the cows that goes back on the land to grow their grass to feed them. You know, it's a rolling cycle. And whilst there is, you know, still some argument of runoff from that into water sources and rivers and stuff like that, it's better. So I say it's better. It causes a lot of controversy, doesn't it? I'm sure I'll get letters. It's better that it's that than chemicals. Up to Clarkson's we go. I think the next Let's Play I do, because I sort of stepped a bit away because I'm doing this as a contractor. I suppose I'm doing it on Alba, but as a contractor, this was never about, like I said, this is just about me playing on Court Farms originally. Then when this came out, it was that perfect blend. You could bounce between the two because it linked with what I was doing anyway. But I stepped away from that. It's my farm. I've got to build it up. I've got to earn money. I've got to buy new machinery because I'm working for other people. I'm still earning money for them. We are still buying more machinery and equipment, but it's not on me exactly, in a way. Right, if we just pull up here, we can fill up with manure. Like, so I'm not necessarily going to do that now, but we are going to help out with, I suppose what we'll do, I think we've got to put some straw bedding in for the cows. Hook up, we need to switch over accounts. There we go, so now we can actually access just one baling there, yeah. Right, let's get another baling out later on, or at some point anyway. I think there's total mix ration in the mixer, so we'll get the total mix ration in. I don't know if he's got enough bales here for making more total mix ration actually. To be aware of. So take it all. At least they got some food in there, that's the main thing. Yes, I don't think. What bales has he got? I can't remember. Oh yeah, we can do total mix ration with just silage and hay. Okay, so we can make some more total mix ration. That's good. I love that tractor. Love it. So what are we going to do? Oh yeah, cultivating contract. Oh, he's got fertiliser spread up here, hasn't he? And he's got the bird too as well. Let's fold up. Is there a front weight anywhere? Don't know if there is. Can I see a front weight anywhere? No, can't see one. Right, so Clarkson's farm. Where are we? Contracts. Oh, where's the cultivating job gone? Are you serious? It's disappeared. Oh, okay. Put that back then. Looks like we're sowing. So we find out there's no seed in the seeder. That would be just about perfect, wouldn't it? So what we've got to put in the ground? Sugar beet and barley. So we'll do the barley then, because that'll be using that, and the planters over there. Of course it's empty. Okay. I don't know, I've got any seed. I'll go to the store and buy some seed. So the sowing contract then, that's field 32, which was on the outside road, I believe. That's that road there. So come from the farm, we'll go. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that's creamery, sugar mill, and flour mill. Yeah, it's not produced. We haven't got a seed production, have we? Actually, that's a good point. I wonder how they're going. We'll have to go down and check on those at some point. There's loads to be doing over here. Yeah, we'll go all the way back up to the store, pick up some seed, then we come back down that road, and we'll go and do field 32. So cows are done. That's done. Just wondering whether or not it's not a bad idea, seeing as we're here. Probably should have put the muck spreader. That's what we'll do. Like that. We'll put a little bit in, then we'll go and get the seed, and yeah. So like I say, we'll spend a few days here. We'll get some stuff done. Why not? There's a whole load of greenhouse-related stuff that needs to be delivered again, which is what we did when we did our crossover episode before. We helped out taking some stuff up to Diddley Squat Farm shop, and there'll be eggs as well down the chickens. Actually, that's a point. I don't know if they're going to need feeding. They might well do. We'll check on them at some point as well. So, loads to be doing. Let's turn that off for the time being, so I think I know where I'm going for that. Actually, while we're in here, let's no, I can't remember what we've got available. Have we got it available? No. The big seed bags we haven't got available. Well, not at the moment anyway. They work out a lot cheaper. Part of the multi greenhouse? I can't remember which one it is now. We'll just have to, for the time being. That's a big chunk of money off what we're going to make, isn't it? Should I get a couple of bags? Will that be enough? I don't know if it will. No, we'll get two. Right, I'll see you at the store to pick up the seed. And then we'll go and get that sowing done. I know I said this when I did the map tour and when I did the crossover episode as well. Can you imagine? I mean, it's like any... I mean, for me, if I got the opportunity to go and help at any farm, I mean literally any farm. There's a couple of farms not far from where I live. One literally just down the road, about 5 minutes away. Walk past it when I take farm dog for a walk. There's one just up the road that's got a little farm shop as well. But to go to one of these, I know I go on about it all the time, but Ollie Harrison or Tom Pemberton or Joe Seals or, you know, any of those, to go to Kaleb's, like I said, I would love to just go to Kaleb Cooper Contracting and just shadow for the day, just not do anything, just go around with them, sit on the buddy seat of a tractor, in a harvester, and whatever it is they're doing, just to be part of farming. You know, it's an interesting conversation that was being had. I was watching Joe Sills before Christmas, and he went to do they were doing a lot of talks and stuff at like a college really, for kids to learn about agriculture and stuff like that. And they had lots of I think I've talked about it, real life farmers. And Farming Simulator was mentioned as a way to get people interested and kids interested in farming. Not that they were dismissive about it. They said, you know, that yes, it's a way that you can get people interested. But it was more, they were more kind of dismissive of the fact that people will message them on their channels, because they're real life farmers, say, I've done what you're doing. I think I might have talked about this before. I've done what you're doing. I've done muck spreading. I've done this. I've done that in Farming Simulator. And they were a bit kind of mocking it, like it's, well, of course it's not real. And I think I've talked about this before. And I think for most of us, if we're not already farmers or have a farming background, or our families have been into farming or whatever, it's that dream to be able to go and help on a farm, to be able to go and work on a farm, to just spend time around the real equipment and people that are doing it, and to learn from them, to learn what they do, why they do it, you know, all that kind of thing. I think is amazing. And through, you know, Farming Simulator YouTubers, the enthusiasm we have for what we do, I hope enthuses other people to do that whole kind of, you know what, I would love to, you know, it helps you understand a bit more about farming anyway. It's a more accessible way, I think, of finding out about farming. In that, yes, you can watch real life farmers. I watch a lot of them doing their daily stuff and doing what they're doing and learning from what they're doing, and I find it all fascinating and amazing, and how it changes through the year and that kind of thing. But I think if you're watching that and think, oh, I want to have a go, this is the easiest, most accessible way of having a go. Not everyone has the ability to go to a local farm, and a lot of farmers aren't necessarily receptive to people just turning up at their farm and saying, can I spend the day here? You know, I think a lot of farmers would be dubious and concerned and uncertain as to why people would want to, you know, and that's totally understandable. You don't know why people are necessarily going to be there. Anyway, I digress. I'll see you over at the field 32. We'll go and pick up this seed. And we'll get cracking. I need to put barley in, so I'll switch over to barley. We have our seed on board, 1,600 litres of. Hopefully there's not a car behind me. Let's unfold this. We are definitely on barley. I'll do what I always do. Measure twice, cut once. We are sowing barley, field 32. Looking at my map down the bottom, we're on field 32. We are sat on barley. Doesn't hurt to be absolutely certain. Turn it on. Drop it down. And let's go. Just make sure we're over the edge. Pretty much, we need to go a little bit further over. Just looking at putting that larger of the two lights to the left, just on the edge, and that should, if I check back again, put us over. Is that about right? Maybe a little bit further over still, actually. Maybe the bend in the bracket, I don't know. Edge of the mudguard, something like that. If we go back outside, there we go, that's alright. Let's get our lights on. Yeah, mudguard, I think. Edge of the mudguard. So whilst this technically isn't a new series, it's a continuation on from Court. Will we go back to Court Farm? Yes, we will. We might just bounce between the two. It's a much trickier thing to do, to set up, because obviously if I do a couple of months here, when I go back over to Court Farms for it to link up, I've got to be a couple of months ahead on there, which means there's prep time behind each episode, which is, you know, if I stay on here for a bit, not so much, but then when I go back over, if I go down to Court, because we were going to put root crops in April, weren't we, in the allotments, And I haven't even got around to my first harvest yet. So once we get around to our first harvest on court, those crops we put in the ground, that canola that Kaleb asked us to put in the ground, was it canola? I'm sure it was. We haven't had any new bursts or anything like that yet. I've got the fields that I bought that will also need to be harvested. So I want to at least get on court farms through to our harvesting. I want to get that done. So yeah, this is not a standalone series. It may well be labelled as Clarkson's Farm, but it is a continuation on, I don't know. It's like splitting your hand on blackjack. I'm going alright. It's one of the reasons when we got home yesterday on Boxing Day, and I was feeling a little worse for wear, to say the least. I could not have recorded because as I did just then, when I spun round in the cab to have a look behind and then spun back, my vision swam a little bit. Yesterday I think I would have passed out. So that's where we were at. That's why there was no video. I know a few people were asking. So anyway, we're here at Clarkson's Farm for the time being. Don't know how long for, but we're going to do a few jobs on here. We're going to bounce around, do a bit more, get bit more familiar with the map. We are going to deliver some malt over to Hawkstone. We might deliver some of the adult apple juice. I don't know, haven't decided yet. We'll see what comes up. We'll see what we're needed to do. Swing round and line up back. Mudguard on there. Just make sure we are overlapping, which we are. We're not getting through as much seed as I thought we were going to, so that's pretty good. We've still got another 400 litres left of the 2,000 we bought up at the store, so we can always go back and grab that. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the crossover and sort of the... And I'm just enjoying doing it. Like I said, on Court Farm as well. Just enjoying playing, which is kind of the point, isn't it? Really. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.